evening, I'm Meryl Friend and welcome to News Geelong at the end of the working week this Friday the 3rd of September. Tonight, local residents share their thoughts about the water restrictions being eased from Stage 3 to Stage 2, making their comments known with News Geelong's own Talk on the Street with Eliza Houghton. And of course, all the latest news in local Geelong sport with Nathan Curry and all the updates on the GDFL final series. And we look at the weather forecast for our first spring weekend with Lani Salathiel. But first, the Leukaemia Foundation fundraiser Light the Night was held this week in Geelong. Even the rain didn't stop around 1,000 people walking with illuminated balloons along Eastern Beach. The Royal Geelong Yacht Club also had a flotilla of balloon-clad boats involved in a sail past. Ian Nichols was there.
This is Geelong's Eastern Beach Reserve, and this is the scene for Light the Night. It's a ceremony that is happening twilight around Australia. This just happens to be Geelong's contribution to what is an inspiring night where friends and families of people suffering from blood disease can remember and perhaps do something for the future.
Our services are Australia-wide and responsible for Victoria and Tasmania. We have regional offices right throughout the states.
And tonight is something quite spectacular. The weather for the moment is holding off. It's been raining quite incessantly, but all of a sudden things have come good for what is going to be a very special and inspiring night.
It is. Inspiring is exactly the right word. It's a night when we get together to raise awareness for blood cancer in Australia, but also to raise funds for the Leukaemia Foundation to provide patient services and to remember, celebrate and give hope to Australians living with blood cancer.
And these illuminated balloons, which are going to look even more spectacular as night falls, they're the symbol of the evening, I guess.
Yes, they are. So as the night darkens, we will have a balloon lighting ceremony. We have gold balloons to remember somebody who's died from blood cancer. The white balloon holders are celebrating their survival as a patient and survivor of blood cancer. And the blue balloons are for all those people from all sorts of different areas, simply providing support and showing support for Australians with leukaemia, lymphoma or myeloma.
Well, this is a nationwide spectacular, I would call it, but it's more of a remembrance of those who are less fortunate than ourselves, and it's quite a good turnout considering what's taken place today.
It is. The weather's been just terrible all afternoon, but I was speaking to some balloon holders earlier this evening and they said it wouldn't matter what weather it was today, they were definitely coming. So it's a very emotional connection to Light the Night, and it's a wonderful event for people who've been touched by blood cancer.
Light the Night.
At the Light the Night ceremony here at Eastern Beach, Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. Around 900 mourners gathered this week to farewell David Hyland, local family man, sportsman and butcher, known as Hilo. He died aged 49, 5 weeks after having suffered a burst aorta. Brother Russell, Noel O'Dwyer, president of the Newtown and Chilwell Football Club, and Paul Murdoch spoke at the funeral.
Sorrow fills our hearts at this very sad time, a sorrow that is deep and personal, and without a shadow of doubt, David will be missed. Albert Einstein once said, "The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive." David certainly was someone who gave. He gave to everyone and he gave often. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, whilst we are gathered here today to say goodbye to him, we remember him as a great bloke who was generous and helpful, who was full of fun, who was talented, who was a mentor, who was a mate, and above all, somebody you just wanted to spend time with. Here was a life that was lived to the fullest, and a life that has shaped the hearts and minds of many people in many walks of life for many years to come. On the wings of an eagle, goodbye, my brother.
But most importantly, he would attentively listen. He was a really great listener. To our anthem of No Second Prize, we travelled through the year showing glimpses of good footy, winning most games, although there were a couple of sides that had beaten us.
Was in it for the right reasons, for the kids to have a great experience. Had a connection with kids, they all liked him.
And News Geelong extends its sympathy to the Highland family. The UCI World Road Championships General Manager, Michael Palmer, was the guest speaker at a free sports forum in Geelong this week. Evening seminars are held throughout the year to give clubs crucial information about funding and links to support agencies. Ian Nichols found out more.
This is the famous Skilled Stadium, home of the Geelong Cats, and also home of sporting events that take place in these wonderful facilities like the Alex Popescu room where we are tonight. And Mike Palmer, the General Manager of UCI, is addressing sporting bodies, volunteers and athletes about this wonderful event coming up, the World Cycling Championships. News Geelong is speaking with Michael Palmer and the Mayor of Geelong, Councillor John Mitchell. Well, Geelong loves its sport, and we've had another sports forum tonight with invited guests and volunteers from sporting organisations, but more importantly, the General Manager of UCI to talk to them about this incredible event, this World Cycling event coming to Geelong. Welcome to News Geelong, Michael Palmer.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, what's been going down tonight? What's the gist of the evening?
Well, what we've done is we've taken a lot of opportunity over the last few months to talk to community groups and residents and all of that, and it's been really nice tonight because we've got to talk to the key sporting people in Geelong and really people who understand the event and putting sport on, so it's been a good night.
And Mayor, you're getting excited? The date is getting closer all the time?
28 days to go. I don't know whether I can contain myself much longer, to tell you the truth. It's going to be the most exciting time Geelong's ever seen. There's no doubt that this is a great event. I've been to the last two and people of Geelong really won't understand what happens until it hits them. It's a great event.
And everything operationally coming together, Michael, as you'd like it?
Yeah, coming together very well. I think we've been very well planned. We've got a very good working relationship with the council, which has made things a lot easier. But the interesting thing is, because it's out in the open and it's on the streets and the roads, we can't put all the barricades and all the timing equipment and everything in until right at the end. So even though we're well organised, there's always going to be that last-minute panic. But we think we'll be fine.
And a good reception tonight. I suppose a little bit of anticipation, Mayor, at the moment.
Oh, there is a little bit of anticipation, but that's understandable. People have got some thoughts about what they think is going to happen, and no one really knows what is going to happen. But all I can say is it is going to be well worth the wait. This is going to be a big time in the town.
Well, you don't necessarily have to be into cycling, do you, to enjoy a world-class event?
No, I think people just love world-class sport and the best athletes, and we're certainly going to have that. I think the other nice thing is, because it is around the city, there's so many opportunities to have spectator areas, to have family areas. We've got a big market area right near the council. There's a lot of stuff to do. So even if you're not that keenly interested in cycling, if you come and spend the day with us, you're going to have a really nice day.
At Skilled Stadium, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. This is News Geelong here on Digital 31, Analogue and Digital 44 as we go to a break and return with more news after this.